Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the concept of text boxes in C#. Okay, text box control. It's mainly it is used to accept the text which is being entered within the text box in a specified way. It may be in a message box or somewhere else. Okay, I want to add two variables. I use the two variables value in that text box and another button which is there. It will display the output in another text box. Like that, text box is used mainly to enter some text within that particular area. Okay, it is found in various sectors that your text box can be included with multi-line feature. Multi-line feature is nothing but I can use multiple lines in a single format through the help of a multi-line option which is there in the toolbox. Okay, I can use it. And if I want to make my text box data to be like covered with some other character, for example, when I enter a password in that particular text area, that password it should be hidden. For that reason we make the password character to be star in that particular area. Then that particular characters which are being typed, it will be taken as star only. Okay, like that. It has some properties within the text box control. Remember, it is used for entering the text within that particular box. Okay, so it is being used to introduce a box within the text box. Okay, it consists of various areas which are being specified, and it has the specificity like it can enter multiple characters at a time. Even multiple lines can be considered in the text. Okay, so how to introduce it is like I introduce a text box with the area. Here you can specify it. Here text box is there, and here you have the button. Okay, and this is called as a label. In that label format you can enter the text as enter the name. So it can be written with certain name here in the text box which is there, and you say okay, which is being pressed with the particular button here. Okay, so when it is being pressed, it will give a message here. You can check out with the message here, high text, and say okay. It will be considering that particular message through the message box. Already I have teach you about the property of button clay in the lab. So same type is being introduced here. You can check out here what it is being given. So private void, okay, button one click, that object sender, it sends an object and clicks an event. So in the message box show method, it will be considering that text box 1, this is your text box 1 dot text, whichever text you are set to be entering within the text box, it will be accepted and it will be printed over a message. This is your message box. So it is calling for a message box, and that message box is printing the text. What is that text? Is high text box. Okay, like this the text box feature is being utilized within the form concept. Okay, then you have the rich text box control. So rich text box control, it's nothing but when you consider any of the font. Okay, font either can be either bold, italic or underline. Okay, the font can be either bold, italic or it can be either font italic and underline. Okay, and in this rich text box it can be formatted with the fonts also of various types. It can be introduced. Okay, and this, for example, you can check out in the example here. You have a button here, like many buttons, like your bold is there, italic and underlined, and you have the text. Okay, whichever text is being specified, that text is there. That text, when it is said to be bold here, the bold feature is being used here, and the italic feature is being used here, and the underline feature is being used here. Whenever the button is being clicked, at that time particular feature is being assigned. Okay, so let's check out in the coding part what happens and what is being used. Okay, the main factors is that you have to use the old and new font in the font concept. Okay, old font, when you are specifying with the particular old font in the rich text box format, it has to be selected. So it will be taken as this current whichever text is there which belongs to the rich text box 1 selection font. Whichever font is there, it will be selected for that particular text box, rich text box. Okay, if first text box, when you consider, okay, when it is there, if old font dot italic if the old font is said to be italic, new font, what you have to do is, new font, you have to accept that old font is being specialized, and that whichever underline is being there, that it will be removed and it will printed as italic format. Okay, new font, once again if I consider new font, old font style is there, or underline, means what, I may choose both of them, either, okay, italic is there, I remove that italic, I make it either underline. If underlined is there, that it will be removed, it will make that particular text which is there in the italic format, and if it is underlined, it removes the underline. If I want, okay, font to be like in the format of the given style, italic plus underlined, it will accept that one. Okay, so now in the rich text box selection, you have the new font which is being accepted, which is said to be either old font everything goes, underlined everything goes, italic remains. Otherwise, it will be using the old font, italic type and underline type. Oring means what, both it is. When I want to remove it, I use the concept of tilde option. Okay, and the new font is being accepted and it will be printed. Okay, other button one click, what happens is you use both the fonts here. Okay, old font and new font, rich text box selection is there. I want to now, italic is over and I want to use the concept of bold. So new font is equal to new font, old font style, font bold, it will remove it earlier, and then if I want to introduce it once again, okay, what do I do is, else new font, old font style, and it will take as font style bold. Both it will take older style which is the italic, plus even it will be taking the bold also. Okay, old style was italic, so that style it will be accepted, and the bold is there, it will be removed. Here it is italic plus bold, it will take, and it will print the new font, it will be considered. Same way underlined it is, underlined it will accept, or it will be removing that underline feature. Like this, the concept of selecting the font and doing the various rich text box application is being considered here. Okay, so there are two types in the text boxes. One is your main text box where you enter the text and you display the text over the screen through certain methods. Another one is rich text box where you can use your styles in your text boxes. One is any of the data which is being given, the multiple line text is there. For that text you can apply the bold, italic or underline feature can be introduced. Okay, this is the concept of text box which you have learned today. Is that it can accept various rich text box format, or you can just take the text box and display on the screen. Okay.